In this tutorial, I'm going to go over how to use the RadPPTX editor. This is a continuation of the demo video, so watch that video first if you haven't already. So here is what our presentation from the demo look like. Let's first go over all the tools on the bottom editor row. The first tool is just another way for you to import PowerPoint and PDF files. It opens a modal, but you can simply use drag and drop as I showed in the demo. Note that you can upload new or modified versions of the original PowerPoint file, and the editor will automatically merge any PowerPoint changes to your presentation, even if you change the order of your original slides. The next tool adds a rectangular container to the slide. To use it, click the tool, then click the first point of the rectangle followed by the second. This creates a rectangular container which you can use as a placeholder to drag and drop DICOM series on, just like you did to images from a PowerPoint presentation. The next tool inserts rich text. To use it, first make a rectangular container the text is going to be on. Then you will have basic rich text editing capabilities, although you are ultimately better off using your favorite PowerPoint editor for text content. The next tool is the arrow tool. To draw an arrow, click where you want the arrow to start, followed by where you want it to end. Clicking a tool twice will make it sticky as indicated by the purple color, letting you keep drawing arrows, for instance. With the RadPPTX platform, if an arrow start or end happens to be on a panel, it would be locked to that particular position on the actual image. That means if you scroll away on the panel the arrow happened to be on, it will disappear. The next tool is Capture State, which I will describe in a future video. The next tool shows a list of all the elements on the current presentation slide. Clicking on any of the elements makes that particular element a selected element, and you will see that element's properties in the Right Editor column. You can use the right column if you wish to change an element's properties. The next tool toggles recording a readout for the current slide as we saw in the demo. The next tool plays back the current slide readout within the editor to see how it sounds. Next, we have View Slideshow. This shows what other users would see if you published your presentation and they were watching it. To exit the slideshow, hit Escape. The next two buttons go to the previous and the next slide. The next tool is the Slide Sorter, which lets you rearrange your slides. This is pretty standard. You can select multiple slides or ranges of slides by holding Ctrl and Shift respectively. With the slides selected, you can drag and drop to move those slides from one place to another. You may either revert your changes or accept them. If you want to delete a slide, you can right-click it and hit the delete icon. The next tool creates a new slide. This will create a blank slide after the current slide that you can use. The next tool will save the presentation to the cloud. Note that the presentation is automatically saved whenever you navigate to another slide or when you import a new PowerPoint or PDF file. The next tool lets you publish your presentation and change its metadata such as description and price. I will go over this in a future video. Finally, we have Edit Presentation Properties and Edit Slide Properties. Currently, the presentation properties are background color and width height. I don't recommend you change width or height. They will be automatically obtained from your imported PowerPoint. For slide properties, you can delete the current slide's narration, and if the slide has no narration, you can choose a message to be displayed to the user when playback reaches that particular slide. You can select multiple elements in a presentation slide by drag and dropping a selection rectangle. If you select multiple rectangular elements such as DICOM panels, you have access to useful layout tools in the Right Editor column. We'll now go over the tools in the top right. We have Toggle Linked Scroll, Toggle Localizer Lines, and Clear Unused Volumes, which I showed in the demo. Next is Import DICOM/JPEG Series button, which is just another way to import those if you don't want to use drag and drop. Finally, we have Show Volume Database. This shows all the DICOM/JPEG series you have imported at any point for this presentation, sorted by study name. You can expand the study to see the individual series. Clicking the visibility icon next to a study or series name loads that particular study or series so you can use it on the current slide. You can even preview volumes before you load them for your slide. You can rename a study or series by clicking the name of that study or series and then using the editor right column to rename it. You can also simply hit F2 and change the name in place. When you have a DICOM series selected, there is a frame of reference key property which is by default locked. This correlates with the DICOM frame of reference UID attribute. Volumes with the same frame of reference key will do linked scroll. Occasionally, you might benefit from manually changing this, such as in the case of our demo. Changing the frame of reference key for the ADC and DWI here to be the same key as for the rest of the study enables all the series to linked scroll. But please be aware that you must make sure that the DICOM series you're doing this for actually shares a frame of reference, otherwise you will get unexpected results. I will go over crop volume and mask in a future video, but these will be helpful if you want to do face masking or to lower file sizes and speed up load times. Finally, let me show you how to add a full PAX-like viewer to a slide. To do so, first load up the volumes you want the viewer to have. Then make a container filling up most of the slide, then hit the Convert to Viewer button. This will make a viewer using all the available volumes on the top row. Your user will then be able to interact with this as they would any other DICOM viewer. You can delete or add new volumes using the right editor column.